hit us up at fucking
This is the money that I shop with.
That's right.
TLC.com.
TLC and Travel Channel were fucking awesome for years, dude. Yeah. I used to watch like the Travel Channel a lot, you know, and they used to have like shit about like the lottery winners and like what happened to them and shit. So it was like, there was one I remember where this guy hit like the lotto for a couple mil. But he was like a school janitor, and he just was like, yeah, you know, I just still go to the school, whatever. They like donate to the school, and like he was just, I don't know.
I guess
like, it's nice when you see shit like that happen instead of like the like, oh, I got it all in one go and I bought like 10 cars.
I'm going to Mexico or some shit.
What was that one video? There's a guy who's like, they're like, if you just got $1 million, what's the first 3 things you're doing? And he's like, I ain't gonna lie, gang. Probably get like some shoes, designer, and probably like a couple cars. He said maybe a Hellcat McLaren.
A Hellcat and McLaren?
He said maybe a Hellcat McLaren, some shit like that. And I was just like, that's what's up, dude. He's so honest.
He was being real,
because
yeah.
everyone else is probably gonna be like, oh, I'd open up a business or blah blah blah, or I'd move here.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, nah, I'm gonna buy some clothes and some shoes and all that bullshit, you know.
Who knows?
And then, you know what they used to do, like a top 10s. So they'd be like, top 10 places to visit or whatever. And it like, I guess it was all founded on the idea like we're all gonna have disposable income.
This is like a show on the Travel Channel?
Yeah, and it was like, all this stuff was like content you'd see like before the housing, like in 08.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Like, I remember like, I'd see that and be like, dude, I can't wait to be an adult. And like, have my own crib, like my own apartment, like somewhere in like, up the way, you know? And like,
yeah.
And then I'll just take vacations like all the time and like whatever. Take some time off work for 2 weeks.
Nah.
Then you grew up and you're like, dude, what the fuck? Like, none of that shit happens. I'm at work all
It's every
fucking,
day, bro.
Every day. I'm fucking
it's every
work.
day.
It's every day, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. I was out there like being a real Jake Pauler in the fucking workforce, you know?
Nah, even having enough time for yourself is pretty hard nowadays.
Didn't he used to call them that? He used to call his fan base Jake Paulers.
Jake Paulers? I don't know.
That's hilarious. If I remember that correctly, that's funny as fuck. But yeah, dude.
Pauls and Paulettes?
Pauls and Paulettes, dude. Paulers.
Paulers.
We call it, Paulers is our word, but you can call us
You can call me Paula.
You can call me Paula.
Fuck Jake Paul, dude.
He's him, dude. He knocked out Mike. No, he could have knocked out. I still think he pulled punches. He could have knocked out Mike Tyson.
Oh,
that was
man.
such a disgusting thing, dude. I bought Netflix because of that. I got
just to watch it.
Yeah, my curiosity got the better of me, and I said, I'm not gonna watch this on a shitty stream. I'll get Netflix, and then I can watch Trailer Park Boys or something again, you know.
Yeah.
And then and the benefit of it is I can also get to watch this fight with
but
the best quality. With the best quality, guess what happened? The fucking Netflix stream was shit. They couldn't handle all the people trying to stream it. It was their first live service event like that.
Oh, okay.
So they just didn't, it kept buffering like fucking crazy.
They cracked under the pressure.
Yeah, they didn't have it, bro. They really weren't up to par for that, dude. They weren't ready for that shit.
Nah, they should have known all the Paulers would have shown up.
Yeah, dude, they weren't ready for fucking Jake Paul's fucking momentum, dude. You know what else? Travel Channel, TLC was dope too, like, but Man vs. Food, dude, that's the one, dude. This guy hadn't seen Man vs. Food. I know we talked about it a little bit last episode, but this guy watched one right now, or this dude was in Boise,
Idaho, in the Rock Challenge.
Yeah, he had like a chili cheeseburger that looked like a wet burrito.
Yeah.
And like a bunch of chili cheese.
Would you call it a wet burger?
Do you think you could take down some of those food challenges? Like, what do you like? I want to try a food challenge. I want to find one around here.
I'd probably have to like share it with someone. At Broken Yolk, don't they have challenges?
They had one for this show, but I don't think they have it anymore. Because I bet you if I went in there and I said, "Yo, let me get that food challenge," they'd be like, "What?"
In this economy?
They're like, it's a 45-minute wait, sir.
Yeah, that's true.
They're gonna like cool guy you.
You can't just walk in and be like,
yeah,
I'm ready to take the challenge.
Yeah, they don't even have that shit. I bet you that maybe at the OG location you'd still have it, but it's all bullshit.
When I was a kid, I used to watch mainly like Animal Planet.
Oh, dude, I used to watch Animal
was sick as
Planet.
hell.
You ever watch the Most Extreme?
Yeah, that was one of the shows
Is that
I
like
wanted to
that
bring
top
up.
10 thing, right?
Yeah, they bring up like
And it had like the CGI and green.
the computer generated stuff.
Yeah, dude.
And it looked super high tech at the time.
Yeah. That's how I learned that the pig has like a mind of like a 3-year-old.
What?
Yeah, like their mental learning capacity is that equivalent to like a 3-year-old.
Dude, I barely remember the stuff I saw on that show, but
Like
there's
a parrot is like 7 or something.
Huh?
Like a parrot is like 7 years old. Because they were talking about parrots, you know how they can talk?
Oh, they were talking about like the age of like animal brains, or
Well, yeah, the equivalency, like roughly of what it would be. So it's like
no way.
they're like, oh, pigs have like the capacity.
I wonder
of a
where they're
3-year-old.
streaming that stuff.
I bet you. Don't they have Isn't Discovery Channel the same parent company as Animal Planet? Because it would be on Discovery.
I'm not sure.
Plus. Dude, there's so many fucking streaming services now.
Yeah.
It really is a problem. It's the new cable. I mean, it is. This is an old bit. Everyone knows.
That's why they get to charge so much, because people are more open to paying a streaming service than paying for cable.
You got Paramount with fucking everything. Then you got fucking HBO Max nowadays again. They finally moved. Did you know that? They
changed
back,
the name.
went back to HBO Max because they realized it's kind of stupid to change away from the HBO branding. Like, dude, that's the whole... Never mind. And then you got Netflix, Hulu, or the staples. Those were the two I could live with because I was like, okay, either have Netflix or you have Hulu.
What happened to pirating, bro?
I mean, it's gotten a lot more popular again because of all this shit.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, sports...
Or you could even make, like, database...
Pirating is on a fucking golden age right now for sports.
Oh, no way.
Sports is like, nobody watches, no one pays for fucking
sports
channels
true.
anymore, dude. They just find a stream somewhere and they're like, fuck. You have no idea how much revenue is lost a year. They calculated it and it's like in the billions for every team. Like, if you combined everybody, like...
All the pirated, like, sports games?
I used to watch another one is Extreme Cheapskates, dude. That was you just watched that. How'd you like Extreme Cheapskates? Did you watch those growing up?
No, not really.
Did you watch Hoarders ever?
Just a little bit.
I didn't like Hoarders. I thought it was too depressing. Cause
I think by the time those shows got like full steam, I was already watching.
Hoarders was depressing because it's like, you know that person's probably not well.
Nah.
So you're like let's sit here and like laugh
They're going
at
through it.
And it's like, that's really fucking horrible.
Yeah,
bro.
cheapskates at least.
Yeah, like,
you can learn something from them, you know.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, at the end of the day, they know.
Yeah,
and a lot of them are happy to brag about it, you know, because in their eyes, they're like, dude, this is cool, man.
I'm saving money.
You're like, yeah, dude, I'm fucking saving money, dog. Like, you're dumb for not, you know. Hey, remember those? It's my money and I need it now. What company was that?
I don't remember, but I do remember the commercials.
Is it JJ Wentworth? That's what it was.
877 cash now.
Cash now. 877 cash now. That's what that was.
They went off of those.
I was thinking about that shit right now. I was like, dude, there's no more good jingles anymore. Huh? The last one that I can remember was the Whopper. You remember that one?
Whopper?
Dude, tell me you remember the BK commercial. BK.
I mean, I remember the BK Have It Your Way.
You rule. That shit's fire. That was a good one. That's the last good jingle I can remember.
Nah.
Well, what's another one then, dude? You want to just say no? Give me another one.
I just want to say no because we can make a better one.
Bro, dude, that's a banger. I don't think I can top that shit, dude. Especially because like they'd play it when your team was playing shitty. So like your team would throw an interception and then they go to commercial break and
it'd be Burger King.
You're like standing there looking at the TV like, fuck, man, and it's like Whopper, and it's like, god damn it, man, like that shit was a joke, like. And then they took it away for a season, and they brought it back.
Let's go.
Everyone was like, it's back, dude.
You gotta see it.
Hey, you ever seen it's the one with Clint Eastwood and he's got like an Asian gang, he's like fighting and shit, and he's like old.
No.
Gran Torino.
Gran Torino?
Yeah, my dad watched that movie, man. He was like, we're gonna watch this movie. It's fucking Clint Eastwood, right?
Uh-huh.
Like,
nice.
Crazy stuff, man. And I just remember like my dad being like, yo, Clint Eastwood, that's a good flick. Let's take him
that's my man.
He's like, yeah, we'll take him to a Clint Eastwood movie. It's gonna be gas, you know. And then, no, we rented it. Yeah, so we rented the Clint Eastwood movie, Gran Torino, because my pops was like, Clint Eastwood, huh? Son, I remember my first Clint Eastwood movie. Let's watch it together. It's nothing like an OG like Clint Eastwood. There's no Make My Day punk shit.
Yeah.
It's just like, He's like an old dude.
He's unked out.
He's like unked out, and he's like
that's like beyond unked, dude.
Yeah, he's like unked the fuck out, and he's straight he's straight old head on him, and he's like just calling like all these Asian gangs, like all these crazy shit, and then
where's it set?
Like in L.A. Like he's like an old white dude in L.A. and like he's dealing with all these gangs in the neighborhood.
That's kind of fun.
He's dealing with like an old school man boomer does, and I think he has like a shootout or something.
Nah,
it's a fucking beast of a movie. I can't lie. But,
I saw a movie like that.
But I remember being a kid and like I was like 8 or 9. And I was like, what the fuck? You know, like what am I watching right now? But then I rewatched it as an adult and I was like, damn, that shit was juice, yeah. But you know what else? That and the Scarface. When I watched Scarface when I was like dumb young, and that dude, I remember my brother and me. We got in trouble because we had signed up for a free trial on Netflix.
Okay.
With like one of our parents' cards or something.
Oh shoot.
And during that time, it was just like the discs and stuff.
Yeah, you'd order the DVDs.
So we were like, we'll just do the free trial to watch a movie and we'll like cancel it in time. You know, because they said like it's 2 weeks or some shit. Well, it wasn't fucking 2 weeks. They charged us earlier or something. So long story short, I get this fucking DVD in the mail. It's fucking Scarface. We watched it on the 360. But we threw the DVD in, watched fucking Scarface, and that shit was crazy, you know, for the fucking being like, I don't know.
It was not made for kids.
Nah, it was fire, bro. Like I don't know. I think I watched that shit at the perfect time because that chainsaw scene was the craziest thing I saw. When I saw that, I was like, what the fuck? That was the craziest thing I'd ever seen up to that point in my life.
It is kind of gory for like a. It's not even like a gory flick, you know.
Yeah, but the sheer amount of uncomfort that I felt as a kid, like how unsafe I felt in that like the hotel scene.
That's a pretty stressful scene.
I was like, what the fuck, you know?
Because everyone's there, like, once you realize the deal's gone wrong.
But dude, I love that he used that shit, and he like went over to the big boss, and he's like, this shit.
He was playing it up.
He's like, this cost my homie his life, dude. Like, you better make this right with me. And then Big Boss was like, I like that, you know?
Yeah.
Because everyone else was like, you want to talk to who? Get the fuck out of here. And then he's like, nah, fuck that. He's like, I got the drugs and the money.
Yeah.
So he's like, now what, huh? And then he's like, I like this guy. And then he's like, all right, fucking bet.
That was plays.
He's like, bet, I'm about to turn up crazy now, bro.
Yeah. Because he did have everything.
He basically blew up off the back of his homie dying.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to be for me, too. You know, I'm going to switch up my day ones, dude.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to touch my first M. I'm like, This was all me, bro.
This was all me, yeah.
That shit's funny as fuck.
What you mean?
I like watching HGTV stuff too, but like, just like House Hunters, that shit was fun. House Hunters is funny because it's like, I'm a dog walker and my wife is a artisan cafe designer. So we are looking to move into the Boston area. Our budget is $850,000. And we're hoping to buy a location close to the city, but not too far from, you know, not too out the way, but just a nice little location. And this is the first house we're looking at. $1.1 million budget.
No.
And it's like, it's just a little high on the tag, is what the husband keeps saying, and the wife goes like, I think it's worth it.
I think it's worth it.
And then, you know,
there needs to be one for like broke people.
And then they go to like a $600,000 house, and the husband's like, I mean, it's got a good foundation. And then the last house they have is like $780, so it's just under budget.
But how often are people gonna have that kind of money? You know, to buy a house?
Did you know they already have the house bought before they go on the show?
What?
Yeah, they already have the house bought.
That's what I'm saying. There's no real risk.
It's just a song and dance. But it's like what I like to do when I watch that show. I don't watch it much anymore, but I like to be like, who's lying? Like, which one can I see that they're not really into it? You know.
Yeah,
because it's just a show. They're just playing fucking, you know. They're playing
or who's
charades.
acting it up,
yeah,
right? Who's having it up the most?
They're just fucking around, you know. Exactly. I love that. I love that shit. Ooh, dude.
They're not actors.
What was the other fucking reality TV show? Dude, I just said fucking twice, dude. Like a little kid who just learned how to swear.
I love that.
The Amish one. What's that one? Surviving Amish or Amish Country? What was the Amish show?
Yeah, those are both.
Didn't they have
Amish
a show?
Shows. I think those are both like shows. Those are more reality based.
How does that work? If you have like a camera crew and electricity, you're like involving in it.
They got like a van and shit, and they got like a hotel that's like a couple hours away to...
I want to get into like a really, really trash TV show. Like, I want to be really... Like, it'd be nice if it was
Jersey
one that's
Shore?
going on right now. No, that's already old. That's an old cut. I remember watching clips of that on, like, The Soup and shit when it was on.
But
do you remember when Snooki got punched?
No. I've only seen, like, one episode of Jersey Shore, and it's the first one.
Dude, that shit was crazy. I was like, what the fuck? Did they televise that shit? And then
dude. Now that you're saying that, like, I was thinking about it because I was watching the first episode
of Jersey Shore.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, like, this is the lore. Like,
you missed out so much.
Well, exactly because
that show was crazy. JWoww, Snooki,
the situation,
Pauly
D.
Situation, yeah.
That motherfucker, dude.
What's the other guy, Vinny, or what's his name?
Oh, there's like Ronnie, and then
Ronnie, obviously, and then there's my bad, not obviously. That sounded like an asshole on that one. Ronnie, the other dude, the short haired guy.
I think it is
Vinny, right?
Vinny, yeah.
Yeah. And then there's the
they got some stupid ass names,
bro. That was like dating
Ronnie. The guy. No,
was that
Sam? I think Sam. Yeah.
Yeah, I wow, dude, that is like a sleeper agent activated right there. Just the fact that I was able to rattle off all those names, and I'd never seen a full season. I've seen maybe episodes. I watched a lot of The Soup.
That's just entrenched in you, bro.
Yeah, dude. I remember the second season they moved, or they went to like somewhere else, and like.
Oh, The Vacation.
Yeah, no, it was like a. Something.
Because at first they started, so from what I understand...
They work like at a shop, at a
just the first
shop.
episode. Yeah, it's a fucking t-shirt shop. And it's like those shitty t-shirts too, that that we make fun of now, you know?
Yeah, but those are like the boardwalks.
Yeah. Like a swap meet type shit.
Imagine being able to like walk in there and seeing like Mike the Situation, like, you know?
Trying to sell you a t-shirt.
Not Pauly, he's like a DJ.
He is a DJ, like in the first, he's like, man, like, you know, I'm just like a DJ Guido, and like this is what I want to do. I just want to party. I want to be here. That's what they say, and that's like all their dude, in all of their. I guess it's like their what's that shit called? Like their fucking profile, you know, videos. In all their profile videos, they're talking about themselves. Their introductions are talking like, yeah, you know, I'm a Guide. I just want to go out and meet some Guidos on the Jersey Shore. And I was like, bro, how are they going to let them say this shit on TV? But that was kind of the point of the show.
Gym Tan Laundry, dude.
Gym Tan Laundry?
Oh, you haven't reached that part yet, dude. They got a motto, GTL, dude. GTL, baby. GTL for life. I got to get on that. They honestly had it down. Gym, tan, and laundry. Now people are rephrasing that. They go, you gotta go work out. You gotta go soak in some vitamin D, and then you gotta go do your laundry, or you gotta maintain your home foundation.
I guess
you could reiterate everything they said in gym, tan, laundry into some weird, lame stoicism, like a man must maintain his body. A man must connect with nature and ground himself in the sun, and then a man has to maintain his home. And blah, blah, blah.
His wardrobe?
Yeah, literally. And then it's like, a man's clothes says a lot about his character. You know, shit like that.
Yeah.
You could just rephrase everything they said into all this lame stuff, and, you know, they just thought about it like, yeah, dude, you gotta get jacked. We gotta look good, and we gotta make sure we look fresh.
They kind of were onto something. I was surprised when I saw the first episode. It's all I've seen.
The beauty in their life is that they have routine.
Exactly. I was surprised that.
Think about it, man.
That they had a job, bro.
A man works.
But like a man works. And
then he goes to the gym, and then he chants, and then.
Actually, they haven't even gotten to the gym yet.
It's gonna be some shit, bro.
They haven't even gotten to the gym yet.
This makes me want to watch Real World or like Big Brother or something, or I don't know.
I hear Big Brother's pretty good.
I don't know though. Like, I feel like if I go too far back, it's gonna feel too dated, and not in like a nostalgic way, because it's gonna be for a time period I wasn't around for.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna be like, I want to watch like Real World, but I don't know, you know, and like thinking.
What the hell is Real World?
It's the same thing as like Fish Tank, pretty much.
Oh really?
Yeah, but Fish Tank's like the whole idea is like they don't have access to leave. I don't know, it's some shit.
Fish Tank was pretty insane though for reality TV.
Yeah, it is really crazy.
Well, it's technically not like TV, but it's
the thing with Fish Tank though is that they get like really out there people for it versus like Real World where it's like you might have a couple of like hotheads that they throw in the mix, but then the real fun of it is like taking people who are normal and putting them in a weird situation.
Yeah.
But then the other one's like putting weird people in a weird situation.
Yeah, it just builds
So
on
as much
itself and
chaos as
multiplies.
possible,
Yeah. Fish tank is pretty insane.
$25 for $600 worth of groceries. It's all fucking junk food too. They're like, we only shop for stuff we actually eat.
Dude, but they have that shit stockpiled.
Yeah, tell
And,
me,
like, organized.
Dude, imagine that's like a bodega.
Yeah, they have their own store. Bro, I can't stand South Park.
What?
Yeah.
Is it because you're retarded?
Yeah, it's because I'm retarded. Like all the
You don't
retarded people they
understand
make fun of.
Fucking, you don't have.
I mean, to be
brain
fair, you
capacity.
need
You
to.
gotta have a really high IQ to understand.
Yeah, to watch South Park.
I'm telling you, you just fucking look at that. That's fucking you really can't stand this show? I feel like you're serious, to be honest.
I am kind of serious. Some of the jokes and like the topics, I don't know. But the dialogue's not bad. Well, I guess sometimes when they try to make the dialogue like, I don't know.
You just don't like Stan being on a soapbox or what?
Sometimes that gets me.
Well, I mean, I just don't like the whole like. Oh,
The show itself gets on a soapbox.
Well, yeah. Well, it's because he dissed Family Guy.
They did diss Family Guy,
That doesn't
but see, I
help,
fucked with that when I was like younger. But now it's just like, bro, like,
yeah,
they're just dry hating, you know, like Family Guy's
yeah,
success.
they're pretty jealous. They are honestly. They were just jealous as fuck of it. Honestly.
Yeah, but now they have the same success as Family Guy, if not more. I think.
Well, everyone felt like the smartest fucking guy in the room for being like, I don't like Family Guy. I like South Park instead.
Yeah.
And then you're like, all right, dude. Well, it's all fucking slop, really. So.
Yeah, it's kind of true.
I mean, it's like
Bro,
the
SpongeBob.
two retards fighting. That's my favorite photo.
14 seasons.
It's still going. Where's it at?
Do they have the panty raid episode?
I'll watch this one. Do you like how that episode where they're all fucking bullying him and shit because he liked his grandmother and everyone was like, what a loser.
Mr. Krabs?
No, SpongeBob. Everyone was like, this guy loves his grandmother. What a dork.
No, I don't remember that one.
That was a fucked up episode, dude. I remember being like, dude, damn, let the guy live, bro. Like,
dude, that's all the episodes of SpongeBob.
No, but like this one in particular, it's like, I can understand some of it. Like, it's got my annoying ass neighbor. He's outside making a bunch of noise. That makes sense, whatever. Like, even if you don't like, bro, like, Squidward or anything, but like.
Dude, the guy who made SpongeBob is a marine biologist from California.
We should start watching Tubi movies. He's a marine biologist?
Yeah, he was actually a marine biologist. He used to work at a local aquarium.
Oh, that's why he started dueling or what?
Yeah, and he
Tom Kenny is just a voice.
Tom Kenny is the voice of SpongeBob, yeah. But I think the guy is like Matt Stone or something. No. I can't remember his name, but he was doing like the kid exhibit at a local aquarium, and he would teach the kids like about just like the ocean and shit, and then he ended up doing like little cartoons with like a sponge guy.
Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, to show the kids and like get them educated, and then I can't even remember how he got picked up for SpongeBob, but he started making SpongeBob.
Make sure to subscribe to our
Dude,
YouTube channel for more updates for Larry H. Marker. Did you say Oz?
The Hoff.
What's the last time you watched Oz?
Maybe like 2 years ago.
I gotta rewatch the Wire. It's been forever, but I don't even want to watch The Wire. I think it's played out. You know what's not played out? The Sopranos. That's a really underground show. I fucking hate that show.
I got over it pretty.
I'm kind of over it, dude.
Once I started,
how you said about South Park earlier, it's kind of how I feel about The Sopranos. Like, all right, I understand it's a good show.
I've seen it enough
but
times.
I just don't like the whole Italians sniffing themselves and being like, hey, do you see the mafia?
You see that?
Spaghetti.
When back to Jersey Shore, like when I was watching that shit.
That's more fun. That's real Italian representation. That's real Italian
representation. It is more realistic than The Sopranos for sure.
You know what I loved about that shit was when they went on that vacation in The Sopranos, and then they come back to New Jersey, and they're like, it's not the same. And it's like, yeah, well, guess what, bud? They probably looked at you like you were a walking representation of that. You know what I mean? Like, everyone in Italy was like, look at these fucking jerks.
They did, because the guy that I
bit.
used to work with, he's Italian. He said, "Oh, I fucking hate The Sopranos." Like they think they're fucking, you know, like fucking Italian and shit, but they're not even Italian. It's just fucking Americans, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And then people love to think about that culture as
all
like,
Italians,
yeah.
especially Italian Americans, they all think they're into fucking Sopranos.
Yeah.
They're like mob
Once I think that's what got me about The Sopranos. Was
Love
when I started seeing.
mafia.
Yeah, when I started seeing like I guess, you know, Italian American podcasters being caricatures of themselves and talking about The Sopranos, like, well, yeah, like,
You like that old?
shit.
You like that old guy who's like a mafia, like old X-Man, like ex-mafia member, and he's like, he does YouTube videos, and he like goes arguing back and forth with somebody, and he's like, oh, big fucking man, you stuck a gun in the back of 16 guys, big fucking deal. It's like two like ex like mafia members arguing back and forth on like a Instagram live.
No, but that sounds fucking
like,
funny.
Oh, yeah, it's fucking funny because it's like, why are these old motherfuckers still like beefing? Like they're like sitting there like beefing like it's fucking, you know, like O-Block or something.
Like it's O-Block.
Let me find this guy.
What about some like OGs like duking it out? Oh, what about when Danny Trejo? Did you see that video where Danny Trejo got like punched out by some dude? Like while he was on the street.
No, I do not. Do you remember the video Charlemagne getting punched in the street?
No, Charlemagne the.
Yeah, Charlemagne got punched in the fucking face.
Damn.
And then he started running.
But like
he said something like, somebody asked for a drop, and he said what, and then he got punched out. Let me see. I'm almost so close to finding this fucking. Here we go.
What I did on the street, I did. You can keep using that BS.
What did you do? Say it.
Say
What the fuck you did? What'd you do?
Huh? What did you do?
I'm involved in 19
What did you do?
Three fucking mafia wars.
That's
your badge
crazy.
of honor. Your badge of honor. You killed 19. You put a gun in the fucking back of 19 guys. That's your badge
No,
of
I
honor.
didn't shoot 19 guys. I'm involved in 19 murders.
Good for you, Sammy. What a
Yeah.
hero
I'm
you are.
involved in 3 mafia wars.
Yeah.
What did I do?
Oh, Sammy, you know what? You're talking like a clown right now.
I'll put out a
Nobody
video for
ever
you.
went to jail because of anything I ever told the government. Can you say the same, Sammy? No. So don't give me your BS.
I was on the fucking street. Who the fuck knew who you are? Myself.
Stop the baloney, huh? Who the hell knew you either?
Baloney.
Stop the baloney. Who the fuck in the mob says stop the baloney? What
That's
kind of
right. Call him
statement
out,
is that?
Unc. Call him out, Unc.
Now you want to act like a clown? What do you mean? Let's stop the
Let's go on.
Even he was stuttering, but he's like, now you want to act like a clown.
Bro.
He got it. He got it.
They're
bro.
straight up like dry snitching on themselves.
Nah, dude, I love that too. He was still bragging on that shit. He said, I was involved in 19 murders.
I didn't kill 19 people.
They say I killed 19 people. I said I was involved in 19 killings.
But they're, man, why are they going at it, dude? Do you think it's just for like engagement?
I mean,
They're trying to merge the fan base. They're like,
well, it's two guys who turned state witness on each other or other people. That's why he said like nothing I said in court got anyone locked up. Can you say the same?
damn.
And that's why he flipped it on him. He's like, you think I'm a pussy? He's like, well, at least I'm not a rat. Well, I mean, they're both rats in a way.
They're both idiots.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear about how the Rizzler doesn't know how to read yet?
No, what? You're lying, dude. He knows how to read.
How?
Because he's fucking probably went to school, dude.
Are you
Do
sure?
you know about all that shit about how Cocomelon and stuff doesn't like lead to people actually reading, and like a lot of kids are not illiterate and shit?
So then, how, after presenting that evidence, how do you feel about the Rizzler being able to read?
I mean, it's possible, but I just think that someone who's as high profile as he is has to be some sort of and plus, you know what I mean?
You don't think you could just hire people to read shit for him?
He's like MIT level genius. He's
got deals with Supreme, man.
He's kind of a fucking big deal, man. I think you're hating on him, that's all.
They're writing articles about him.
Dude, I mean, I think that when they find out he's a Mossad agent, it's over for everybody.
What's that?
You don't know what Mossad is.
No.
Better we don't talk about this. They're gonna come for us, dude.
Good.
We got 45 minutes of pretty solid audio there, I think.
That's not bad. Yeah.
Combined with like the 20 at the beginning, we got like at least an hour. Nah, you keep rolling for a little bit if you want.
And the Rizzler, what? Like, would you give your money to the Rizzler?
What do you think it is about like ugly guys that they like really like fragrances? You know what I mean? Like what is
that
it
they like scent maxing?
Yeah, like what is it about like really? You know, and I take it back. Actually, I take everything I just said back.
Aren't you scent maxed?
Not well, low key, but Jeremy Fragrance. That guy's a fucking Chad. I can't say that.
Yeah, he's pretty handsome. He's not ugly.
Dude, you gotta relax with that, man. You get on this podcast, you start calling guys hot, you're calling dudes handsome.
What's wrong with that?
You gotta think we're that type of podcast. Do you remember in Falling Down where the Asian guy was like, It's like, you can take it. No. Besides that, when the Asian guy was trying to talk to the cops and stuff, and he's like, he come and he wrecked my store. And then the guy's like, dude, get out of here, man. Like, did he rob anything? And he's like, nah. He's like, then get the fuck out of here. Isn't that
is pretty insane, because...
He's like, I'm not...
He still vandalized the store.
He's like, dude, you're a cop, though. He's like, yeah, but I'm not that kind of cop. Go find someone else to bother. And then he's like, wait, he stole my bat.
Yeah.
And he's like... You know, then all of a sudden the bat gets used in the next crime. You know, beat the shit out of that Cholo guy.
That's when they start piecing it together.
He starts going, he's into the Dexter face, the guy, you know, the black dude.
Dude, but they couldn't even comprehend that the guy causing all this crime was like a white dude.
Yeah, they kept lying. They kept being like, "Oh yeah, a white dude in a fucking shirt and tie,
in a fucking suit and tie.
Yeah, a white guy
with
button
up.
the crew cut's gonna be out there really beating the shit out of him.
Crazy. He did look like the Doom guy.
Yeah, dude.
Or he looked like a fucking, what's his name, Duke Nukem. Yeah,
and then do you like that the Cholos just conveniently had a bag full of fucking guns?
That was pretty funny.
I was like, what the fuck? Like,
they're packing heat, bro.
Dude, I'm saying, bro, like where how do you just like have a little arsenal like that? I mean, maybe that's how it is. Or that's how out of touch I am from like the underworld, dude. The criminal underworld.
From LA.
LA right now, dude.
Yeah,
LA right now is going crazy, dude. We're getting topical now, dude. You know, it's getting crazy out there, man. I think if I was out there, it'd be over in a couple minutes, though. I'd wrap that shit up quick, dude. It'd be like, all right, everybody.
You'd wrap it up?
Come on now, guys, let's knock it off.
But they haven't even like used guns or anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. I just tell them, hey, like, stop it now, and everyone would be like, you're right, dude.
But the huzz.
Dude, I'm gonna get out there and start pandering, dude. I'm like, it's fucked up what they're doing. So, like, you got, like, a man, or, like, you just here by yourself, or...
The girls protesting, they're not there to freaking riz. They're not there to talk to people.
No one is anywhere, any place, dude, until you, put the moves on it. I'm gonna do an update on the Madden 06 stuff, man. Madden 06...
you got the edit already.
My coach fucking... My coach fucking decided to retire. He said enough of this shit. By the way, I think it was Norm Turner. It wasn't even fucking Lane Kiffin. I mistaken that for the Madden 08 save. Madden 08's where I had Lane Kiffin going. But I had to hire Tony Dungy. Troy Polamalu went to the Jets. That shit was funny. And I ended up fucking, getting this 6'7" backup quarterback in like the 4th round, and he's got a good arm, but his injury is like ridiculous. I just need a backup, because my main guy keeps getting hurt. Well, guess what happened? Fucking main guy got hurt in the last preseason game. So I traded for fucking no, I didn't trade for anybody. I played the first week with the backup, saying, all right, fuck it, the kid's gonna get a shot. Maybe this guy is good after all. He's 60, fucking 6'7". So I mean, fuck it, throw him in there, see what happens. He kind of shit the bed a lot, and if it wasn't for the defense playing the fucking best game ever, we would have lost. So I traded a third, I traded a 3rd round pick, a 4th round pick, and like a 6th round pick for like Phillip Rivers, who has not played a single season as a starter in its entirety, since in this game he was the backup to Drew Brees, and he never got any burn. He was on the Titans, who had fucking 6 quarterbacks on the roster, which made no sense.
Big news out of Oakland this week. Phillip Rivers had one of his better games last week as he was able to connect on 4 touchdown passes. They did everything they could to stop him, but this guy was on fire. He'd catch him in a blitz. He'd find the seam in the zone. I don't even remember him playing any better. I'll tell you one thing, you got to find a way to put some pressure on him. If you give him time to throw back there, he'll just shred you.
So, trade for Phillip Rivers, got him in a Raiders uniform. It's the weirdest fucking thing to look at. I don't know. My running back's carrying the fucking team. My main quarterback is out until week like fucking 8. So we'll see how it goes. Right now, that's the big thing, you know. Traded for Pat Williams. You know, that was a move I just made because I was like, I never really want to have anything to do with these draft picks anyway. So that's where that's at. Anyway.
Bro, you really think people care about your Madden 06?
Yeah.
It's hate on us. You hate on it.
Berger.
I don't understand why you hate on me.
Berger.
You don't understand. Show love.
Berger.
It don't show nothing. It don't cost nothing to show it.
Burger.
Love.
Burger.
Show
Burger.
some love.
Burger.
Wabbly dabbly.
Burgers.
Oh, hey, don't love me.
Burger.
But these are all like... it's like numbers on a screen, bro.
But what do you think people care about, dude?
I don't think they care about anything.
Bro, you're just
I think
mad.
they
You
care
don't have
about
any, you're
wasting
just
time.
mad. You don't have anything to talk about, so you're getting frustrated. And you're like, you think people care about what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's true.
You think people give a fuck about what you're talking about, man?
I need to
People
make
want to
my
hear.
own segment,
People
bro.
want to hear what I talk about, and then it's like, well, what do you have to talk about? I'm like, I don't know.
That's true.
That's what you're doing right now.
It's a Madden 06 content.
This is Matter 06. This is a Matter 06 podcast. This is the only reason I started this.
What if they had like a build your own team game, like Madden 06 with the guys from Jackass? And you
Oh
just,
no!
like,
Get
set
this!
them
Get
up.
this! Get this! NFL 2K5.
Uh-huh.
You used to get phone calls while you were at the crib, quote unquote.
Okay.
And then you could play a celebrity, and one of the first ones you'd always get, "Hey, what's up, dude? Steve-O. You want to play a game or whatever?" And then you play him, and the whole time you play him, if he does something good, he cheers and calls you shit or whatever.
Yo.
So it's like, yeah, you could play Steve-O in Madden, or not Madden, excuse me, in NFL 2K5.
2K5?
Yeah, 2K5. The licensing agreement might come to an end too, dude. There might finally be another NFL game on the market besides just Madden. Because they had an exclusivity deal, and the NFL has yet to renew it. And everyone's thinking, like, man, maybe if we boycott it this year, the NFL will be like, all right, we got to do something.
So that's where the Madden fan base is at?
Yeah, Madden fan base is holding out hope that EA doesn't have exclusive rights to the NFL license anymore, and we can get some real competition inside of the NFL games again.
Damn. It closed on Sunday.
You my
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, dude, it's fire.
Damn. You think he was feeling it, though? I need to read more articles.
About what?
The stupid shit. The stupider, the better.
Doing what? Dude, have you watched, like, did you ever watch Tubi like that? Or Crackle?
No.
You didn't watch Crackle back in the day?
No.
I watched so many Godzilla movies on Crackle.
Nice.
Because Crackle was, like, it was free, you know? And,
Yeah.
you know, when you're broke as fuck, you're like, I'm just gonna watch whatever's free.
But you would just have, like, ads and shit, right?
Yeah, you would have that. But it wasn't so much, bro. Like, back in the day, bro, like, it was, like, 3 of them, and they were, like, 20 seconds or 15 seconds, and you felt like, wow, that was a lot.
Yeah.
But now it's
like a minute, right?
Nah, they'll run you, like, fucking couple minutes ads now on, like, Tubi, and people are like, oh, you know?
Tubi's not that bad right now.
Yeah, I guess, maybe
But
not.
their selection, I guess, is kind of trash.
I'm gonna download Crackle again if it's available. I want to do that.
Maybe Crackle is Tubi.
You think Crackle and Tubi merged? They just monopolized the free market? Dude,
They
did
left?
you ever watch trash TV like this? Growing up, I used to watch a show called The Soup. Joel McHale.
The Soup?
Yeah, it was on E.
Uh-huh.
I had Joel McHale hosting it.
Yeah.
And that's where I knew him from. And I remember he used to like be like, "Hey guys, I'm on this new show called Community. You guys should go watch it."
Yeah.
On the show, it was like funny as fuck. But that's where I learned about like Kate plus 8. I learned about like Honey Boo Boo before it was like a big deal. Or what was the other ones? My Biggest Loser. I learned about Biggest Loser all the time. Not My Biggest Loser, but The Biggest Loser.
Yeah.
That was. I learned about a lot of reality TV, like The Hills.
Oh, that's
That was like an MTV show or some shit.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
I didn't know anything about, but I knew their faces because fucking.
You knew about it, right?
Yeah, because he was always ripping on it, and then Chris Hardwick did a spin-off on like that G4 channel, and he
of the soup.
It's called Web Soup, and it was like the same format, but it's like funny videos from the
Oh,
internet
like
this week.
fucking
Yeah, and then
like Rob Dyrdek.
No, well, Tosh.0 and Rob
Tosh.0
Dyrdek and all this shit. Everyone started doing it. And
Everyone started biting on that.
I think the first one to do it might have been Tosh, but I can't remember.
I wouldn't really get into Tosh.0 and shit like that.
I thought it was alright. It
got kind of boring, like, really
Ridiculousness
fast.
was boring. I liked Ridiculousness at first, then it got really boring. I didn't even like it. I think I just was like, oh, he's got another show.
Yo, did he?
Did he? The Monsters Fall? What the fuck? Start Free Trial. I kind of want Start Free Trial to watch that. The Diddy Cinematic Universe.
The Diddy Cinematic Universe. I don't even know what's funny to talk about anymore.
No, dude, it got Crackle ended in July 10th, 2024, bro. Hey, I think about that shit too. Where you're like, you started playing 5 with me when I didn't know how to grind at all. And we would do like bullshit cargo missions that sucked ass. And then when you got back into it, I was already like,
you had
super
your
sweat.
CEO and shit.
I was sweat as fuck, and I like learned how to do Kaio replay glitch. And like, it's just so funny because you didn't catch that middle wave where everything was actually fun.
I didn't catch GTA in general.
well, like I know, but like if you know, because I went from being shit at it to like getting all like kind of like how you talk about min maxing. Like I was min maxing everything. Like, I had Kaio replays for like the highest loot and like everything ready, and then you stopped playing. And it's so crazy because you only caught like me when I wasn't having fun because I sucked, and then I wasn't having fun because I had nothing left to do. And then like I think that's funny.
Nah, I just wasn't that into GTA.
Hey, did you ever have Quiznos when it was out?
Yeah, Quiznos is pretty good.
Wait,
it still is out. There's still Quiznos.
You know why they're like gone and shit, right?
No.
Because like, okay, so the people that would like franchise these shits, they would make it so like you'd have to get ingredients from like their suppliers and their whatever stuff, and you go, oh, that's pretty standard, right? You want to make sure everything's uniform, and I don't go to a Quiznos in the Midwest and it tastes way different than it does back home, right?
Yeah.
But where it gets fucked up is like they were charging like really obscene prices for like market price stuff, you know?
Oh,
like,
shoot.
And I guess it was just unsustainable. I think the equipment and everything was like owned by them or some shit. So, like,
Well, they use like
but like anywhere else you buy a franchise,
ovens. They use ovens. They use like the cold cut machines for meat.
but you can get your money back out of like the machines and stuff. Like
By
if
selling
you're
the
a
machines.
franchise.
Oh, but they own the machines.
Yeah,
so
so,
then
you're
when
like
people
leasing.
liquidate-
Yeah, you don't really ever own anything. I guess maybe I'm totally butchering the way I remembered it, but that's what I remember seeing.
It sounds pretty accurate. So then people just stopped owning franchises?
Yeah, remember there used to be one up the street right there.
There used to be some
where I
that were
work
closer
at.
to
By
us.
where I work at.
There is.
There is still.
Yeah, so...
There is no Quiznos in Cal. Dude, is there... Look at... Where's my phone at? I'm looking it up right now. But go ahead, keep talking.
There's a Quiznos in the business center that's, like, across the street from where you work.
Under oath?
Under oath, dude, yep.
Telling you,
Where
bro,
the fuck
Quiznos is, like, practically dead, bro. The fact that there's any at all is honestly really surprising.
Yeah, in our area.
We should go to Quiznos. Let's go to Quiznos right now, dude.
Fuck the podcast, Quiznos time.
You're not down, dude. I'll fucking down a bust a mission to go get Quiznos. Just to be able to talk about having had Quiznos. You know? How long is that drive? Like 35 minutes? But what's the closest one? The Hawthorne one, right?
The closest one used to be right here.
Yeah, I feel it. So right
R.I.P.
now,
Quiznos.
if we're gonna go to Quiznos, it would take us 35 minutes. Yeah,
That's fucked up.
that's not that bad though, especially because it's 4 o'clock on the.
Quiznos got like the same problem with Subway, where like
Whoa, Subway has no problems.
the chicken at Subway sucks, bro.
I love the chicken and bacon ranch at Subway, dude.
Nah, their chicken is
and
like.
Don't you order like the tuna? Nah.
Yeah, I got that tuna.
You get the tuna and you're talking crazy on my chicken, bro. That's.
Yeah.
Remember that
It's
shit
kind
that
of
came
stupid
out?
because tuna you can make at home.
But that remember that shit that came out about tuna not even being tuna at like Subway?
Yeah, it's like mackerel or some shit.
People were like
some other
losing their
fucking
mind
fish.
about it. And it's like, what did
Yeah.
you think you were eating? Like the highest quality tuna? I mean, I guess if it says tuna, I expect to have fucking tuna on my plate.
Yeah, but tuna salad is like a general word for like cold, like processed fish, canned meat, canned fish. People wouldn't really, They thought it was like some other thing, but it's fucking mackerel,
I really missed a $5 footlong, man.
Jared Fogle. We could tell them we're associated.
Dude,
with.
imagine robbing a Quiznos.
Dude, we could stage like this whole thing.
Oh my god, put them up. Give me all the meats. I know that's what's gonna hurt more than the money.
Put the chicken in the bag.
You're gonna have to restock all this shit.
Yeah, it's
It's gonna
gonna
cost
fucking
a lot of money. I want all the bread to go.
Dude, do they even make bread fresh in house?
They have to, right?
Subway does.
They what else does Jimmy John's?
Jersey Mike's isn't bad, and sometimes you get coupons.
What does it mean to Mike's Way? What does that mean? I see.
Mike's Way is like they put like oregano and like oil, like
you're
maybe, like
you're a veteran.
olive oil.
You
Yeah.
fuck with Jersey Mike's. That's why you slander Subway, huh?
I just don't really like Subway.
Dog.
Their bread is really good. I like the Subway bread.
I fuck with the dude. So this is my Subway order. I get the flatbread, chicken and bacon ranch. People go flatbread. It's like not because it's a diet. It's actually more calories. I think technically
It is dense.
It's
more
like
dense
30
than
more
regular
calories, so it's not healthier. But what it does is it lets you taste like the protein more and like the veggies. So what I get is the chicken and bacon ranch on the flatbread.
Mm-hmm.
So if they don't have the Swiss, I get the American, and then I'll get the I'll toast it. Obviously, it's a chicken bacon ranch. You got to get lettuce, tomato, spinach, jalapenos. I get banana peppers. Then you get ranch, light mayo, oil, vinegar, salt, and pepper. And then yeah, bro, that's your order. And you got to get the fucking Doritos.
Bro.
You got to get the Doritos and that and then your Bev,
Your Bev, Doritos.
You gotta get I get raspberry iced tea.
Raspberry iced tea?
Yeah, I think it's Fuse or whatever the hell. They have some
Oh,
weird.
Fuse, yeah.
You know how they have? That's so crazy. I swear when I was a kid it was like Brisk.
Probably. Fuse is like a newer drink.
Yeah, I remember it being a different, like, whatever. The point is, that's my order right there. Get that shit right there. Then you put the Doritos in the sandwich.
Okay, that's busting.
There's
Yeah.
some crunch, You get back to crunch.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Flatbread. It's a good ass order, bro. I'm telling you, you guys.
I just don't really like the chicken. Like,
Damn, we're turning into that podcast. Did you put butter on the pancakes or on the syrup? Or what did you say?
yeah, fuck those guys.
Yo, dude.
Butter or syrup on your pancakes, fucking. That's what we're doing right now, man.
It's like that guy who went on the Rogan show and he was like, "Here's your ATM pin number," and then Rogan was like, "Yeah, I don't like that." And then everyone's making conspiracies about like, yo, that's totally like a government agent right there. Who's like,
No, I
who's
don't remember
sent
that.
well, it just happened. It just happened recently. He was
Oh,
like,
really?
He had like a magician on, and everyone's like, they sent that guy on there to tell Joe Rogan, we control all your information, and we know everything.
There's no way people are.
Yeah.
People are looking that deep on the fucking Rogan podcast.
Well, because I mean, Joe's Rogan's face looks like he's like, I don't like that. Like, how do you know that? Like, And the other guy's like smiling in his face, like, yeah,
It's a
Joe,
magic
like,
trick.
Yeah, that's what the whole joke is. But that's what he says. That's the trick, right? I don't
Maybe
know.
Joe Rogan left his.
No, but then
Maybe it's something super simple.
where would you travel? Like in America, if you had a chance to travel, I kind of
In
want to travel
America?
somewhere in America. So
Nolan.
just, like, I literally have always thought about like going to Minneapolis.
Minneapolis is cool.
I really
I've
want to
been
go
there.
see Minneapolis. That'd be fucking awesome.
It's probably not that expensive, but once you like with Minneapolis is
I want to go see like a Twins game. You know, maybe like a preseason Vikings game or some shit.
I mean, it's possible.
Obviously, I'd like to see a regular.
It'd be a good
Vikings game.
trip too because you wouldn't. I mean, you can make your budget and not have it be like super big.
But it's a lot more car centric, so it's not like I can go there with no bike or.
That's what I was
car.
about to say. Is
So you have to rent a car.
yeah, in order to get to places.
And ideally, you want to rent a car because you know, Ubering everywhere is going to add up quick.
Yeah, it's expensive. Well, from my experience going to, I think I went to Indianapolis, and Minneapolis is the capital of Indianapolis.
Should we become 24-hour live streamers like Fuzi?
That'd be crazy.
Can I take a restroom break?
I think I gotta go to work.
Alright, whatever, dude. Hang on, work.
Oh, we have.
Close it out. Oh yeah, what time do you work?
I work at 8. It's already
PM?
Oh no, I work at 9 p.m.
Did you sleep already?
Yeah, I slept pretty much like all morning.
Yeah,
and shit.
close it up then. Close it up. Close up shop.